Are we live? Are we live? Let me see. It's always so complicated to check. Okay.
You have to wait to see it.
Yes. And I have to turn off the sound actually. But it looks good. It looks like we are actually live.
Okay. Good to know. I'm just posting on the...
Yeah. Hey, Sadie. There's already people coming in chat.
Nice. Let me open the YouTube video so that way I can see it in live.
Well, it's delayed for you then.
Yeah, but just to read the comments mostly.
Yeah. So let's see. Okay, people are here. People are coming, and I need to. Ah, here he is. Oh, it's so confusing, guys. So for everybody welcoming, Nico is also with us. I hope you can hear him loud and clear. I hope that works out. If Nico is not loud enough, Nico, say something. So people can hear you.
I hope people can hear me. Sorry for my image quality. I don't have the setup Marco has, so hopefully you can hear me okay, guys.
Yeah, sounds okay. Sounds okay. I think we are kind of on the same volume level. So I turned you down a little bit because I need to be more important than you, for sure.
Yeah.
So everybody's already here. California. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know if I have to share something. I just want to discuss with you guys what you think about the Kickstarter campaign. I mean, it's like going crazy. It's like we're already like 34,000 euros here. It's like 2 hours. So I like that's pretty good start, but always at the beginning, like the amounts are pretty high. So yeah.
Yeah, when you told me it was I knew it was starting at 5 o'clock, and I checked the minute we were talking just before prepping this live stream.
Yeah.
And it had 69 euros, and the next minute I checked and it was 5,000. So
somebody did a big pledge, you think, or?
I think no, I think it just the email got out and people just pledged pretty fast.
Yeah, could be. Could be. Okay, so should we start that thing officially? Should we still wait a little bit, like talk stuff?
Up to you, Marco.
No, let's wait for a few people to drop in again. Yeah, so if some people don't know Nico, maybe you can introduce yourself and your YouTube channel, and I will post your YouTube channel actually, because it's not here. And I will write in the description.
Well, I'm Nico. I have a YouTube channel about film stuff too. Not as instant related as Marco, but a little bit of all over the place. I do a weekly news show, which I actually should be editing right now, but Marco convinced me to come here. And basically, yeah, live in Spain and a big supporter of anything film. And happy to see this happening with SAVE PACKFILM, and I've been following along, and I can't wait to see. I've seen a few shots from Marco, and now that I have seen the Kickstarter, I actually backed it because honestly, I think they need help, and we'll see what happens.
Oh, nice. So if you're not following Nick already, check out his channel. He does some pretty cool stuff, and yeah, we just met each other like at Photokina. And yeah, it was pretty fun, and we were just hanging out, and now we are planning a lot of stuff actually. And hopefully you come to Vienna in the future and we do some 20x24 fun. Let's see if that works out. But yeah, back to one instant. So Nico already pledged it. Nice of you. I mean, I don't have anything from it. Maybe film in the future. But yeah, so even I know I should be in the video. I actually haven't watched the video yet, so I don't know. But yeah, I'm for sure in there because I was the one taking the test image at SuperSense. And yeah, let's see how that actually looks like. And to the background why I'm like really interested in the stuff and why I'm in that video actually is that I used to work for SuperSense actually a few years back. When they opened up, I was responsible for the photo department there, kinda, and for the 20x24 inch Polaroid camera at SuperSense. And it was kind of fun, but also, yeah, at some point I needed to move on in my life, and I dropped out of SuperSense, like a lot of people did. But like the creator of SuperSense is actually Doc and a few friends, and they are also the ones that saved like instant film actually. So Doc is a really good salesman, let's say it like it is. And like he pledged a lot of people for the original Polaroid film to save the company in Enschede. and that's why we have the like instant film where like okay, now I have a lot of Instax images here and like no Polaroid to share. Like yeah, this film here was nothing on. So yeah, and now Doc is trying to actually reinvent or kind of revive Type 100 film. And for the people that don't know what Type 100 film is, Type 100 film is pack film. It's one of the earliest Polaroid films that were made. And it's really amazing. It's one of my favorite films. Let me just grab this pack here. Oh, good. The first picture I grab is nudity. Maybe not show that. So yeah, pack film looks like this here. Okay, so you see, like this. It's a peel apart film which you separate. And for the people that don't know that, you should definitely check the film out. Or like if you have your chance to get your hands on a pack, Fuji is still good, but I think if you get a Polaroid pack that wasn't stored in the fridge and you completely trust that person, I guess it's dead already. So yeah, don't spend your money on expensive Polaroid packs. I mean, Nico, do you still have a stock left? Or?
I've actually bought a few 405 backs for my 4x5 cameras and have shot some black and white. And the pods were 50-50. Let's say they would open, but only expose and develop half the shot.
Okay.
But I got into the game when Fuji, was very inexpensive and Polaroid had just about to be bankrupt. So no Polaroid for me.
Okay, good. Yeah. So yeah. But you also were talking, like when we were talking before, you were talking that you didn't have the best experience with that starting out of Polaroid. I mean, yeah, I know you want to pack it as a computer video, but yeah.
No, when Polaroid went bankrupt and Doc made the Impossible project, I was so excited because I was starting with film again, and I purchased, I can't remember, 10 boxes or 12 boxes of that first batch Impossible, with my hope that it would just be the same film with a different name.
Mm-hmm.
And as you know, and I think everyone knows now, it was not the same film, and
No.
that kind of broke my heart and my expectations. And I basically stopped using instant film except for a few packs of FP100C, and I started
something you got was something like that, I guess.
Let me see. Yeah, not even. I did get images, but they would fade. You know how they would fade.
Yeah, it's like like for people that are not that long into it, like Impossible film or haven't used their first generation, you took the image, it was like kind of this pinkish color or like bluish pinkish.
It was sepia. To
yeah,
me, it was sepia.
Oh no, yeah, the black and white, but they had a color film too. That was the bluish yellow. And then like the sepia film, they took the image, and then you were like, oh, it looks nice. You put it away. Next day you went to your image and you're like, where's my image? Where has it gone? It's like just gone completely, nothing there anymore. And like I have tons of that film. That's the one you see me always like putting into the cameras for testing. That's just that film. It's like it's old, so it's even worse. Like you don't have anything on the image when it comes out of the camera.
Yeah, well, the ones I have still work exactly the same as the first day, just as good and also just as bad. So
yeah, well, the ones I got, they are not stored well. They were like really hot temperatures.
Mine in my new studio, there's a few packs that are full, and I will make a video one day with the packs because they still work.
Oh, nice. So, Lolkov is also here. Ah, Ipsy. Hey, nice to see you. Ah, Khalid, you're also here. Nice. I will answer your comment later, Khalid. I just had it open on my phone. It was about scanning Polaroid transparencies. And that's actually pretty easy. You can put whatever background you want. You can even use a light-through scanner. But the results are not that good. Like, the quality of the Polaroid is not that high. So, couldn't do that. Yeah. Lolkov also got the giveaway camera that we had. So it finally arrived in Poland. I don't know, it shipped like 2 weeks to Poland. Like, why does something ship 2 weeks? But okay, we're drifting away from the main topic here, which is actually peel apart film. And like the funds raising, we're 36,000 at the moment. So it's going pretty fast. Let me see. The first line here, after more than 2 years of intense research and development, we are now ready to start production of our next generation Type 100 peel apart instant film. So why is it next generation, and why 2 years of research and development? So most of these 2 years actually, I think, ran into Doc trying to convince Fuji at the beginning to buy their like machines, or like kind of make a deal with them, which Fuji was absolutely not interested in. Like I remember when he flew to Asia to try that, and it didn't work out at all. And then he was in contact, I think, with some other companies that also stopped like the research on that thing, and then finally, like now, they are cooperating with 20x24 Studios, which had the Kickstarter campaign of the New 55 film. So some of you may know that campaign, and that campaign was successful, funded, and was like worked out well. But I think the sales afterwards weren't that good, so that's why they had to close down.
No.
What was it?
No, New 55, and when they did their Kickstarter,
Yeah,
they were using the pods by 20x24.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be the same case with this new
Exactly, yeah.
film. The thing is, sales were doing really well. They were steady, they were continuous. The problem is, from what I've heard from New 55, and I might be absolutely not 100% right, but I think what I understood is that 20x24 and New 55 had some sort of non-agreement or disagreement, and they broke apart. Supposedly, they were mid doing a new Kickstarter campaign for hiring their production.
Okay.
So buying new machines to automate certain things that were done by hand. And 20x24 basically called them and said, we're not doing this anymore. So they had to cancel the Kickstarter, and they've had to find their own way to do their pods, which actually they just found a way. And I put it on the news, but I haven't edited it yet. But basically, they're gonna make their own pods. But that's something I would be concerned that Doc is relying on 20x24.
So as we go down, like the kicks, like let's watch the video a little bit later. But when we go down, where is it? It states the cooperation with 20. Yeah, here it is. So one instant starts in color, and the first edition of our all new one instant film series will be made of original Polaroid P7 material supplied by our fantastic partner from 20x24 Studios. So for people that don't know what P7 is, P7 was actually is a 20x24 chemistry, which is the regular 125i film that you've seen maybe, or 670 film. So that's the P7 chemistry. So if you're thinking about old Polaroid Type 100 film, P7 is 670 film. So the colors are a little bit in the yellowish side more, but they're really good, and like I'm pretty sure they made like a fantastic chemistry out of that. But yeah, he's producing the first batch, which will be the Kickstarter project, with them, and I also don't know like what the future material for that product will be. I know 20x24 Studios has a ton of material left, so they could like supply him for a long time. But as you said, like if there's problems with them at some point, that could also mean the death for that project.
Yeah, I not that I think they will, but considering that they pulled off the plug on New 55 mid Kickstarter, gives me not the best feeling in that sense. I don't know what the reasons were, but I'm not the best partner, I would say, in certain ways, if that is their history.
Yeah, absolutely understand. Okay, should we take a look at the video, maybe? Hi, your children. Woo-hoo. I mute you, and you go to the children, we watch the video.
Yeah, give me one sec, put the video on.
Okay,
how can I mute you? You mute yourself.
Why, okay? Why is it so late?
Right, I have to mute Nico.
Here, brother, come. Jessica, wait a second.
Okay, guys. So I hope you can't hear Nico, but I still have his children in my ears. So let's see. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Marco. Cough. Polar color. Yes, I've shot it. Why do you ask? Does anybody know if you can mute somebody here? Can I I need to turn Nico down. I don't know how that works. Oh my god. Let's turn him to some other communication device. So okay, yeah, Nico has some children. If you haven't been at his channel, he has like this new video with his daughter where they are looking at actually the Fuji Mini. So you should check that video out. It's really sweet and like shows how actually that is useful. Nico, mute your microphone, please. I don't know how to turn you off. Yes, for you it's muted. For me it's not. Khalid, I don't know who's 124 working with still, but yeah, they're still working with somebody. Ooh, let me just turn that down. So yeah, we have that. They don't have other options, but 20x24 is that studio that still works with some artists and creating some amazing images in New York. They have a pretty good team, and New York is kind of the place where a lot of artists go for that project. Oh, we have Nico back. Nico, next time you need to mute yourself because I can't mute you. No, that didn't work at all. Just press the button in the middle of the screen next time.
I'm so sorry.
So Nico is back. I think we should watch the video now, right? Huh? How about that? Let's take a look at it. Let me see if I can scale that up.
Hello, my name is Dog, and we need your help to restart the production of analog peel-apart pack film. Since its introduction in 1963, this film and the whole range of high-quality pack film cameras have been the most magic tools in the history of photography.
I don't know if there's any volume supposed to be there.
To our surprise, a fast-growing number of really young people started to discover and experiment with this all-analog instant material to capture and preserve their most precious moments, falling in love with the magic of real, tangible pictures, characteristic originals of no other kind. Out of the blue, the Fuji management announced the end of the world's last pack film production in spring 2016, encouraged by the success of our impossible project to save and restart the last Polaroid factory in 2008. I immediately went to Japan to meet the Fuji management and to also find a solution to save these highly complex pack film production machines. Unfortunately, without the smallest scent of success. In the following month, we honestly lost all our hope. But then we met Uwe, and he told us,
"Come on, forget about the old machines. It's time to think out the box and restart pack film from scratch."
And within just a few days, he put a little paper box on the table and explained.
"Allow me to introduce you to One Instant, the new super clever single-shot peel-apart instant film. The era of the hyper-complex origami style classic pack film is finally over."
Based on Uwe's concept, our everlasting dream to set up a small, bespoke manufactory for instant film materials here in the heart of Vienna became possible. Just consisting of a small darkroom for the production of all light-sensitive parts of pack film, some workspaces for the assembly, and of course our all-analog print shop for the production of the nicest film packaging in history.
The print shop is really
cool.
They have a Heidelberg
the only
there.
thing missing was to find the perfect supplier for the heart and soul of our new pack film. We are more than proud to announce that our first One Instant Type 100 pack film will be a color film, based on one of the most iconic materials in Polaroid history, the P7, also used for the legendary Polaroid 690 pack film, for many people the best Polaroid peel-apart film ever produced. John Reuter and his incredible team from the 20x24 studio agreed to supply our new pack film adventure with a huge amount of their saved and carefully stored P7 positive and negative. Additionally, they will mix us a very special One Instant reagent for breathtaking color results. Ted already produced the third prototype test series of such pods by hand in Ashland. We intensively tested these pods in a series of lab tests with some more than promising results. 3 of these handmade pods I brought back to Vienna, so Uwe could build the first real prototypes of our one instant pack film for this Kickstarter movie. Now please...
So just one thing, I have to stop here, which is really important. Like, you see these black bars here on the sides of the left and right of the film. These bars actually are super important. We will talk about that later.
The first real prototypes of our one instant pack film for this Kickstarter movie. Now please join us when our friend and experienced instant photographer Marco Christian Gren will expose carefully the last 2 remaining prototypes of our one instant next generation pack film at SuperSense. The principle is super easy. Just load the one instant one-shot paper cartridge into your pack film camera.
That's
as
just
always.
A dummy pack, so yeah, it doesn't
then
look like
thread the transparent tongue
really
through the rollers. Pull out the dark slide protection paper, expose the picture, pull out the picture, let it develop for 2 minutes, then carefully peel apart your image. Dear all, for more than 2 years we have been fighting with all our energy, craziness, heart and soul for this moment, to present you a working prototype of a new pack film at Kickstarter. And with your support, we will start the production of our new pack film in the beginning of 2019. Thank you.
Nico, come back to us. Unmute yourself. Children screaming!
Yeah, sorry guys. It's not the best day for live stream for me.
Don't worry. Just like to have you in there. Charlie, well, let me see the thing above the 600 camera. What do you mean, like? Oh, that's a rangefinder from Uwe. That's Uwe's 600 camera. So the thing above is a rangefinder, so you know the focusing distance. Yeah, nothing too important. So yeah, I think Doc is talking way too slow for that video because it takes you forever and ever. But yeah, Nico is running away. Let me just go to PC conference. No, you want to see that's the beautiful picture of Nico here. You can see him in this beautiful environment. That's me in my environment. So yeah, Nico is back. Okay. So I need to stop screen sharing here with you. So I kind of need to adjust your screen. No, that's the wrong thing. Oh, damn it.
I'm back if that makes any sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Doesn't work. So yeah. What do you think? I think Doc is talking way too slow for that video.
He does talk super slow.
It's like, oh yeah. But yeah, so the project goal is now 177,000 euros, which is, let's go to this one here. I think kind of reasonable from the pricing side. It's not too much, and since we're already at like 37,000 or 40, soon 40, I think when live stream ends it will hit 40. I think that's a reasonable target. My only concern is how it will continue in the future with that project. I'm pretty sure they will make the packages, but just let me explain for the people that haven't really understood how that process actually works, or haven't like really gotten into that. So it's not that like you get a pack with 3 shots. You get one pack with 1 shot and you get 3 of them. It's not that you have like 6 shots in one, and a triple 6-pack of our new generation instant color. So it's like really strange. Also, they need to make the whole process really strange. And yeah, the film, like somebody asked about the film quality. The quality is actually pretty good because these were like really early prototypes. They were hand cut in the darkroom, just like kind of filled together. And the thing, like what I was talking about, like these black tapes in the video. So these on top and bottom here, we have like these 2 bars. I can't really draw anything here, but on top of bottom we have some tape, and that tape is actually spacing the film negative and positive to actually give the chemistry some space, because if that tape is too small, you kind of move the chemistry off, and if it's too big, you kind of don't spread the chemistry really well. And that's a really bummer, because we actually, like in the Kickstarter video, it looks like we did that shooting once and everything worked out pretty fine, which isn't the truth. We did that thing for 3 times. First time would have worked, but actually the paper was a little bit too wide and it ripped when we pulled it out. Second, then we had to reorder some pots from the US and get them to Vienna and build new packages. Second time didn't work out because these tapes on the sides were wrong. Because, yeah, like it's still 2 development parts. One is in Vienna and one is in the States, and yeah, the communication is still working on. So second time also didn't work out, and the third time worked out pretty well. And we had some pretty good images for that part. But just saying, like, that's a really early prototype, or not even a prototype, it was just like tinkering. But the film quality is good. It's original Polaroid chemistry that was well stored and that they like kind of work on, so it will work for sure. That's not my problem with the chemistry. The bigger problem I have is the future production of all of that. When I think it will be ready, that's a good question actually. Do they have like a timeline here? Have you seen some, Nico?
Yeah, they said it would be shipping, I think, March or so. But now I've lost that. It's a long Kickstarter.
Super long Kickstarter.
But what I think the same as you. I think the fact that the chemistry, fine, it's coming from 20 by 24, but they're going to have to end up making their own. I wonder what they're using as the paper. I would say paper more than the negative. Mm-hmm. What material are they using? And they're using their own Super Sense stock, or is it something they're coating? Because I mean, if I'm not wrong, Marco, and correct me, is it the same sort of process of the new 55 where a paper has to be coated with certain layers, and then the chemistry develops those layers, or how does it work? Do you know?
So for me at the moment, it's like they're using just 20 by 24 film and cutting into pieces.
Okay.
So you have the original Polaroid positive.
Yeah. But what I'm trying to say is the physical picture that you see at the end, mm-hmm. Is it going to have to be made again once they run out of the 20 by 24, or they decide they're going to have to make that? They're going to have to make the pods.
Yes, have to, like, I think they will have to do the first round now, see if that process works, and then they kind of try to source new negative, new chemistry, and new positive. I think that's what's going to be happening. I'm not sure, but like that's.
There's a paragraph. There's a paragraph here that says one instant is just the beginning. Yeah. And it says about that they're not just only saving it, but they're going to have to basically do everything.
Mm. Yeah.
Interesting.
So it's really just like a start for all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the T-shirt is pretty expensive. Damn.
I haven't seen I want to see the logo on the T-shirt. Oh yeah, here though.
Yeah.
What's appealing?
That's me again. Yeah, that room. That's actually. Is Chris somewhere here? Because that's gonna be the place I'm gonna do a few videos in the future, where I'm moving all my dark room stuff. That's the dark room we saw in the video with Chris. And,
oh, nice.
Yeah, this one here. That's with Chris, and I'm going there on Saturday, doing some 8x10 and 20 by 24 images at Super Sense. So if you're from Austria and you want to take a picture, you can go there.
Or if you're not from Austria and you want to fly, you can also go.
Yeah, you can also go. Hey Joey, nice to see you there. So yeah, I'm gonna join Chris in the dark room there. I bring all my crazy stuff out of my apartment. Luckily, my girlfriend is super happy about that. So let's see how that works out. But yeah, Chris will be happy again also, because I have like a ton of trays for my 20 by 24 stuff, and that will all move over to that, and then I hopefully can record some darkroom stuff for you guys on there, and hopefully do something with Nico together, because he's the darkroom specialist and I'm just a super noob at this point.
I built the darkroom. I wouldn't say I'm a specialist, but we can try to learn something together.
Yeah, that looks good. So what we have? Joey, what's your opinion about the Kickstarter campaign? Give us your insights from the Californian side. At like early morning, I guess, or how late is it now? 10 in the morning, something like that. Would love to know what California thinks about the project. So yeah.
No, what I find very interesting, this concept that it's going to be a one shot, and then you have to, I guess, clean the rollers or pull out the thing and then load it again. Is it like a cardboard box?
It is a cardboard box. Wait, you can scroll up here. Where was it? The cardboard box. You could see it a little bit. I mean, that's just a dummy box, and I'm pretty sure it doesn't look like that in the final picture, final product. Oh, man, that's so long. Yeah, here you see it. So you have that box. Then you pull out the shielding material on top to expose it, and then you like really gently need to pull it out of the package. I don't know how that will behave in the final product, but that's actually like how it is now with the early prototypes, that you have to be super gentle with it. Like, I normally just rip my Polaroids out of the film, but with this one you have to be like, okay. Watch out.
No, yeah, when I've had students pull the FP100C too slow, and the chemistry will just like leak in there. You have to pull it strong. So I'm sure that this is you know, prototypes, and they'll get better.
But it won't be like a strong pull since it's like paper. So if you kind of would do the strong pull like we do with a Fuji, you would kind of ruin it.
Yeah.
As far as my knowledge goes, every frame comes in its single box, and you get like these. Let me go through the Kickstarter. It's really complicated written, so
I don't understand it either, but I would say that it has to be, each box is one shot, because at the end it has to be dark or light tight.
Yeah, and if you read that here, receive one of the very first 500 Kickstarter edition 6 packs of one instant film ever produced, each containing 6 sealed 1 instant paper cartridges for a total of 6 next generation instant peel apart photos. So you have 1 cartridge is 1 photo.
Yeah, but you have, when you back for 44 euros, you get 6 one individual picture. So 6 individual pictures. Yeah. Okay, that's what I backed. So we'll see what it comes.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that should ship April.
Yeah, there you go. April 2019.
That's the first production, so yeah. Also 268 gone. So, yeah. I hope I get my fingers on one earlier than you guys. Since I have the good thing of sitting in Vienna, close to them. Which is unfair for the others. Yeah, well, I have to play my cards here. And get the best out of it. Yeah, I can't say it. It's like 4x5 single sheet. You could compare that, kinda. But it's like, I just imagine it to be in a real hassle if you want to do some like landscape shooting and you have your backpack. You have another backpack just for your film, which is not heavy, but like clumsy in space, because it takes a lot of space away. So yeah.
I guess it could be very similar to the Polaroid sheet film when it came in the 545, sort of like the Type 55 or Type 54.
Yeah, that's what Khalid also wrote in the chat. That's something like that. What a handsome guy there, huh? He's looking so good. Oh my god, I did that scene 6 times, I think, because like it didn't work out first 5 times. So yeah, film is daylight balanced like the original Polaroid one, and as normally with Polaroid, you develop it at 21 degrees and for about 2 minutes, and then it was really fine. Yeah. That's the main things. Let's see what the higher tiers are. Like, yeah, that's like 6-pack. Act in an instant to receive 3 Kickstarter edition 6-packs. So you get 18 frames, okay. That's again 6 packs regular. The starter kit. A careful refurbished classic Polaroid color pack 2 camera mint condition, okay. That's really nice. 1 instant starter kit deluxe, and also deluxe edition.
I want the make your own instant.
The make your own instant?
I can have lunch with Doc.
You can if you want to.
In the Super Sense Palace.
It's like it's how to source cheap labor that actually pays you. Come to
you make your own pack
pay us
and you pay €1,000. Well, it's an experience.
Yeah. So you see in the chat, there's just people that already pledged for that project without even waiting for the stream to let us talk about it. But yeah.
Oh yeah, I pledged the moment I could. Just and it's the minimum. But honestly,
yeah, it's okay.
I never pledged for New 55, and I felt bad for that. So I pledged for this.
Like I think it's not about the money here that is to be raised. It's more to show the awareness of how many people still want to shoot Type 100 film. Because for me, Type 100 film is the best there is, except 4x5 or 8x10. But Type 100 is really something I loved. It's a nice foldable camera and it's really cool. I also have some cameras here in the back that I could maybe show, but I don't know if they're still under NDA. But let's
you can show us. We won't say.
Nobody say something, right?
I'm taking screenshots for the news.
The internet doesn't remember, right? So we have our nice paper bag here. Is it stamped? No, it's not stamped. And in here we have something. Oh, let me grab that. Sorry for the noise. So these are two cameras Doc has been working on with some people. One is Henny, which is Henny Wanders, an old Polaroid person. And can you see the little manual lens up here? So you have a complete manual Type 100 camera. And that's what they are kind of working on for the future. So you're able to get a Type 100 camera that's changed to as you can see here, manual lens. So they are kind of future projects of them, and I got both of them because they're kind of from two different companies or two different manufacturers that could make something like that.
So I would love to see a modern rangefinder 4x5. Like they could take film like instant and normal film.
You mean to have like a roll film back inside or a Type 100 back?
No, like making what you just showed us, but that could accept 4x5 easily.
Yeah, that's possible.
I know a lot of people have converted them, but having a product that you could buy would be really nice.
Yeah. So we maybe Mint does it, maybe Gary. I mean, we have the RF70, which is pretty close to that.
No, it is.
So you also had the RF70, so you know how the camera is.
Yeah,
pretty well.
Yep, I gotta get some more film for mine.
I tried to, when I did the review for the Diana, I was like, oh, I need some square film because Lomo only gave me 2 packs. They gave me a ton of additional stuff for that camera, like flash and blends and wide angle and telephoto lens. And it gave me 2 packs of film, and I was like, really? So I ordered some film packs, and then I was just tired or something, and I ordered 10 packs of Instax Wide. So I have a lot of Instax Wide film now to spare. If you come to Vienna, we can shoot it together.
Yeah, I think I have to go.
You have to go? Okay.
No, to go to Vienna, I mean.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you have to go. Come. I said we can try some 20x24.
We should.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Yes, if you pledge that project, I think it's a good idea to do so, but always keep in mind it's not a real perfect product, and it could just be like a first investment into the future of that project. See it more like that, an investment in a startup, kind of. Also, Doc has a lot of experience in that money gathering, let's say it like this. This is still an early stage, and they still need to figure a lot of the problems out with that whole project.
I think, just like you, that more than thinking that this is a substitute of, peel apart, or, we're going to have a perfect product for day one, this is backing with our money something that could get to that at some point. I wouldn't say it's immediately going to be perfect or a substitute, but it would be the future of this. And if we don't back it, we're just going to sit down and just complain about it nothing's going to happen. So let's just try to help. That's why I gave the minimum pledge, but I did what I can. I mean,
yeah.
And I don't expect the film to be great, but I expect that will make it a future, you know?
Mm. I mean, yeah, the price is hefty. You can't, like, it is. But it's original Polaroid chemistry, which is pretty cool to get, to be honest. Like, P7 chemistry is amazing. And you get that super nice box, the blue one here. So yeah, that's also something. Yeah. I think the video could have been a little bit more, like, modern, like a little bit more targeted to a younger audience. Like, Doc is talking super slow in that video, and like it's not really bringing over that energy that you need for that video. I think could be a little bit better.
You got to make Doc be a YouTuber for a while, and then he can do more campaigns.
I was talking with him to make kind of a curator space, like at Super Sense. They still have like one empty room to make something like there. Would be cool. I think that would fit to the analog palace that Super Sense is. You haven't seen it, but it's like just about analog things. It's about analog printing, vinyl, smelling, food, and everything. To just add that digital component, that complete contrast of the new generation creating or something like that, you know, that would be an interesting combination. But yeah, that's like, let's see. Maybe I can get Doc for an interview. Should be possible actually. So I talk with him. Would be nice if all of you, if you have questions, maybe drop them in the comments under that live stream that will be staying. So drop me the comments down there with your questions for Doc, and I try to arrange a interview with him, and like with better audio than the last one. I promise.
That empty room is not the best. He did the video in the same empty room, I feel.
Yeah, he did. It was exactly the same position, just like 3 weeks later, where there was already walls built inside and stuff like that. So it's like a horrible place to be. And yeah, it's like the acoustics are just crazy there. Yeah, I'm not going to do it there. I'm gonna do it at Super Sense, the Palace, because they kind of have it spread now. There's like, it's just across the street where the palace is, with all the huge camera and stuff like that, where we did the 20x24 video. And over the street there is like this manufacturing space that we saw in the video where Doc was standing and the dark room is. So that's a little bit different. But yeah. Okay, I think we covered a lot of the things. So chat, what are your questions? What are your thoughts about SAVE PACFILM? And sorry that I'm not looking at the camera and always over there, but my Streamlabs crashed just an hour before the stream, and I had to actually reset everything in OBS. So yeah, just have a look over there on the screen. Let me know what you think.
Oh, someone was saying, do you get a negative and a positive? Do we also get a negative like the FP100C?
No, you get the P7 canvas negative, like from P7 film, which you can't do a lot with actually. It fades after time.
Oh, okay.
Or I haven't managed to do a lot with it. So,
do you think they'll think about making the 4x5 version? Because there was a 4x5 FP100C.
Yes, there was, but no, it's not on the target list for now.
Okay.
Not for now. Let's say it like this. Now it's focused on really on the Type 100 film, not on 4x5 or anything else. It's also like, it's a different format you have to think of, because you have these negatives. Oh, we hit 40,000 on Kickstarter. Welcome. So yeah, maybe you should pledge soon if you still want to get one of these early access. How many are there left actually?
There's 200, well, mine says 221.
Let's refresh. 183. Just 183 left, so yeah, if you want to get the cheapest deal and the earliest, you should actually pledge for that one soon. If you want to have it. Will you make? I'm not included in Super Sense. I was just there to take that image, because they actually don't have a photographer for that. So yeah. I think it's not on the plan for now, a black and white film, but they would have actually everything to do a black and white film if they use the 20x24 source. They could just actually do everything from there. Nico is gone. Oh my god. Let me switch to the main camera for you guys. Ha. Just me, all in my beauty. So What do you mean, like so? Yeah. And there's Nico.
Just kids going crazy.
isn't
ready, Marco?
Isn't that their job?
Yeah.
Going ready. Let me just go there. So what is the chat saying? Oh, I have so many folders. Let me just put up some music here. Load up. Some nice chats in the background.
Yeah, like people are talking about the fact that what they have is material to make 50,000 one-shots.
Yeah.
And then I guess by then they will be investigating to make more with new material.
Well, I think they start to investigate right now if the Kickstarter is successful, but they sell these single sheets to just fund the research for the future. I mean, you're closer to Ferrania, and I know like Ferrania was at Supersense when I still was there, and I took a 20x24 of them, and I know I was talking with them, and they said they have the opportunity to make like black and white instant film, or like Ferrania, I think.
I think they probably I saw that in the thank yous, if I was not okay, instant credits. I saw Dave Bias, which is the US Ferrania man. So for originally launching and managing SavePackFilm.net, I guess they helped with that, with the website, at least him.
Okay.
But I don't know. I do know that Ferrania does have a lot more in their bag than we know.
Yes, I know that.
And I know that they're working, even though people think they're not doing anything. I was supposed to go in November, first 2 weeks, and I couldn't. And then I was supposed to go December, basically just today, and they couldn't. So hopefully I'll be going soon and showing you what they're doing, which I'm very excited.
Okay, 90 seconds. Yeah, it's like 2 minutes more. Depends, but 90 seconds to 2 minutes, depending on the temperature. Oh yeah, is it a niche product or is it more like will it be Polaroid originals? I think it still will be a niche product.
I think one thing I've been getting more into instant since meeting you at Photokina and having the mint and getting the little Fuji mini cameras. Yeah. And I've been realizing that the market has grown in instant because the cameras are dumber, if I could say that. And the more,
if you look at the Type 100, come on, you can have 2 settings on that camera.
Well, the old ones, yeah, but I always see. I guess I'm one of those that use the Type 100 and the 4x5s and the Polaroid 180, 195.
Yes, look at all the Type 100 cameras; they are all like just.
Yeah, they did have simple ones, but there's no new product for the simple, basic. You know what I mean? Shoot and not think. And I feel the Polaroid Originals has made these cameras, the new ones, the Polaroid 1 Step and 2 and all that, are so simple that anyone can shoot. And that's what they need. They need people all over the place shooting.
That's true, yeah. But I don't know if peel apart is that appealing to a bigger audience, you know, with this separation. And actually, like, if people like shake it like a Polaroid picture, that comes from peel apart film. That doesn't come from integral film. If you shake an integral film, the only thing you do with it is break it or like do nothing with it because it's PVC layers covering some chemistry. You took the Type 100 film after you separate positive and negative, and then you shook the image to dry it. That's why it comes to shake the Polaroid image. Yeah.
Someone has a good question here that probably you can answer. He says, Marco, is the 1 instant as insensibly to over-developing as the 100C? If you leave it...
No, it's not as the 100C. The 100C, I know when you leave it like really long, it sticks together and you get like this complete chemistry layer. But Polaroid film works a little bit different. you could leave it for 5 minutes and not too much would happen to the image. Say it like this: if you leave it for 5 hours, yes, it's broken. You will get completely different results actually. I have like films that when I was in the shooting and in a rush, like when I was starting out with Polaroid, I left them, and then like a day later I opened them, and like I had like this crazy red layer of chemistry on the image, which is beautiful, and I love that image that I have. And like these outtakes are some kind of really cool stuff. Let me see what I have in here. I have like too many boxes in here. And I can't show you these pictures. There's just naked women on here.
Just put your finger over it, you know.
Too much naked. Too much naked, too less finger. Let me see. So which film is that? That's actually. Is that Fuji? Looks like Fuji. Yeah. See, these are stuff like that. I have too much stuff lying around here, but not the good stuff. The good stuff is all well stored. Let's say it like this. So what? Yeah, they will like. That's regular for Kickstarter campaigns. They are not asking you for delivery. They like information right now. They just ask when the Kickstarter campaign is successful, then they will send out like this questionnaire where you fill out all the information. That's for every Kickstarter campaign I've pledged was the same kinda. And yeah, who has big fingers? I don't. I have really small hands actually.
No, he was saying for your nudity pictures, you need big fingers.
See, it doesn't work out. I got small nipples.
What you were saying is they don't ask for your shipping. Usually, till they don't finish the product, they don't ask.
Exactly. Because why would they need your shipping address if the Kickstarter campaign fails?
No, and also because if they take 6 months or 9 months or 10 years, I mean, people change the address.
Exactly. But they normally like ask at the end of the project and then again when they ship, just to be safe. So that's how Kickstarter campaigns normally work. Stop. Okay. That's great. Yeah. So I think like back to our discussion. If like Peel Apart film would be something for a bigger audience, and I think I can't imagine it being for such a big audience like Instax and Integral Film is at the moment. Could you imagine that, like people with Peel Apart film, that you need to really watch out when you take it out because it could be scratched, that it's still wet, that like the audience that like Instax is young, let's say it like this.
No, yeah. I think the worst part is that when you peel apart, you gotta wait for it to dry, and that chemistry is actually sort of corrosive. Mm-hmm. So you don't want to be shooting that and putting it in your back pocket like you can on a Polaroid original on an Instax.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it will be that big, but if they can find a niche, you know, of people that want to create art and photography with it, I think it'll be good.
Yeah. I don't even know how many viewers do we actually have. I can't see that here.
63 says here.
Ooh, really nice. Thanks everybody for dropping in. So yeah, I mean, it's an interesting project, and I love the idea since I love Type 100. But as Nico and I were saying, keep in mind that this is a first production, and they will fund like their research with it. So see it more in an investment into a startup, that you get like your 3 pots here. These will work out, hopefully. But I'm pretty sure, because like actually what I saw at Super Sense and what I had in my hands kind of worked. It was like the chemistry was there, the positive and negative were original material, so that wasn't such a big problem. The only problem was the paper box, and that's just a problem because you didn't have that manufacturing process around. It was a person sticking that stuff together in a darkroom with his own bare hands, like in complete darkness. So that's something you have to keep in mind. The prototype was super early, and they will fix that in the next 2 months. Like with the Kickstarter will be successful. I mean, 3 months is not that long of a time to produce these packages. So how much do they need actually? Like let's say the 444 6 packs. That's how many packs is that? I'm so bad with calculating. And my calculator somewhere around the desk. Oh, here, over there. So 444 by 6. So we are on 2,664 frames for the starting package here. I don't know why people pledge the early bird and not the first run, which is like more expensive. And like, do you get why people do that?
I would say that people probably just want to help a bit more and not be cheapsters.
Okay.
I would guess, or there's 36 people that got the wrong click, maybe, because it's only 36.
Or that bought the regular for 15. Or 15 people did that.
Yeah, I honestly, I would say that. Also, I think there's a difference. Look, in the first early one, it's going to be the first version. So either it could be very sketchy because they're starting, and at risk. But the next one, and that says April 2019. But then the next one is actually May, so that will be the second batch, I guess. And then the third one is July. So I think it's going to be that, taking your risk or not in the first ones. So
I don't think they will change a lot in the process, to be honest.
No, but I mean, it's not the same thing to do it one time than to do it, as you said, 2,700 times.
Yeah, that's a big difference, yeah. So Kali just dropped a question. Kali, there's actually, if you go on Thingiverse and search for Type 100 or Polaroid, you will find a box to 3D print where to store Type 100 film for drying while you transport it. And actually the guy that uploaded the design also sells it on his website as far as I know. So you could find that. 2 people already donated. Oh yeah, 2 people all want to come to Super Sense and build
have lunch.
Build their own thing. If these 2 people are in chat, write me. I try to join you guys maybe. To come over for a second. Because like Super Sense is not that far away from my apartment. And yeah, gotta be there anyways a little bit more often. 3 people pledge for the instant Kickstarter. Yeah, that's cool with Kickstarter Deluxe. So yeah, I mean, like as I said before, like if you have questions, drop them in the comments of that live stream, and I would try to set up a stream with, a video with Doc and ask him the questions and get a little bit more into detail. I think it's not too hard. Possible.
I'm gonna leave my own question for Doc when you see him. Is I want to know what is going to be, after this is successful, which I think it is. Mm-hmm. Like, what are going to be the first steps that are going to be more complicated? The chemistry, the paper, the making boxes in more an automatic way.
So, like, when I was talking with him the last time, that was like at the last video shoot, and I was asking him, I was kind of asking him these questions, how he wants to continue and everything, and he said like, I think his words were like, every monkey can produce a peel apart film. Kind of like this, So he doesn't see the problem in producing a peel apart film, even like with sourcing new chemistry, sourcing new stuff and everything.
Okay. So, yeah. No, if that's not a problem, then, it's just going to be a thing of numbers and selling it for a profit so they can make more.
Let me see it here. Just looking for the stuff that's the printed stuff. Yeah, Ted, he's the chemistry legend. That's the photographer. I don't like the color grading of the video, to be honest. Looks a little bit grayish for me. Okay. Yes, I said never eat something at Super Sense. That's true. Or at least watch out what you eat. No, but it changed a lot since I was working there. Okay, Nico, I think we entered the stream now. It's 1 hour. I think we should do some more streams together in the future. It's fun.
Yeah, just let me know more than an hour and a half so I can find a babysitter.
Yeah, we will do. And I think I will send you my capture card.
Yeah, I'm gonna need something because this webcam is not cutting it for Marco.
Yeah, it's not cutting it for me. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks everybody for joining in. Thanks Nico for sharing the time with us. And yeah, next week will be a new video. That's something Nico will also be interested in, since he's starting to get into instant photography. Have you heard about Rysot? Did I show it?
Yep. You got the product finally?
Yes, I got it.
I've already seen a few shots on it and product. There's a blog review that will be in the news tomorrow. So.
Okay. Yeah, it's really cool. It's nice.
It looks good.
I have some images that are still, they're in the living room. I shot them yesterday, 2 days ago, and they're perfect. Like using the RB67 with the like integral back is just amazing quality of image.
Nice.
Okay, thanks everybody for joining in. See you next week, and hope you have a nice evening.
Thanks, Marco.
Bye, Nico. Ciao.
Bye.